Hey everybody, Biik and Kuting here. Just wanted to go over the visa renewal for those that are staying here as tourists. So I'll talk about some of the prices, things like that. And we know, beautiful Kuting will probably pop in and out. She likes doing things. But I wanted to go over the prices, stuff like the ACR card. Okay, so when you go in, you'll go to one of the main offices. And mine happens to be inside of a mall. Lucky for me. What they want is copies of your actual photo page and the stamp page of your entry. I'll post pictures of that later. That's for your first visit.
Yes.
The first time you renew. The second time you renew, they'll actually want copies of your last extension. I'll show pictures of that also. Now, each one has different fees, and every time you go, you can get 1 month and stuff like that, and then it changes. The first month is just a 1 month. The first time you do it, it is always 1 month at this time. Now remember, in the Philippines, everything can change. Prices, time periods, everything. So don't assume anything is accurate. Call them. It's the best thing to do, and I've got a little picture of phone numbers, things like that. We'll always put references up for you to try to help you out. Now, the first time you go, you'll actually go, and it's not too expensive. My whole visa was 2,000 pesos, which is about $40
For 1 month.
for 1 month. Now the best thing you can do though, for a lot of people, if you're not close to the office, you do what they call the express. And that allows you to get all your paperwork and everything done in 1 day. If everything's working. The first time we went, actually the internet was down.
Yeah.
And we had to go back a couple days later, but they were so super nice. They took my application, they filled everything out. By the time we got back, almost everything was done for us. They have been really nice every single time we've gone. And I've had no problems. We're in, we're out. You might have some waiting, but that's because they have a lot of customers. Deal with it. It's the world.
Yes.
You know, waiting is just part of it. Make a plan for it. If you're impatient and you don't want to wait, you can get what they call a fixer. Or have somebody do all the paperwork for you and pay somebody a fee because you don't want to sit around and wait. Or you can save money and just sit. Go have lunch. Come back. Because it's a really simple process. It's in, it's out. I've never really found any government office so simple. In the States, I wait longer for my DMV or, driver's license, stuff like that. Now, the first time we went, I actually had just the visa waiver fee, the certificate fee, and they call it a research fee, stuff like that. Small fees, it's, like I said, it's 2,000 pesos or $40. And then the express was 1,000 pesos.
1,000.
That was basically $20. That allowed me to get everything done in 1 day. Otherwise, you have to come back within like 5 days. Now, my visa office is probably half an hour to an hour's ride away.
1 hour.
And I prefer to use Grab, which is what Americans know as like Uber. It's safer, more secure. I can follow the GPS. I know the price beforehand, and it does not change. It's a little more expensive, but I also always get a air-conditioned car and a nice ride because the vehicles are always good shape. Cost me a little bit more, so for me, I save money by doing the express because I don't pay for another round-trip price.
Yes.
Otherwise, traveling back up there would cost me more than the express every time. Now, the second time you go, you actually have to file and get your ACR card, which is, basically a tourist identification. That itself is about 3,000 pesos, $60. Now, the second time you go, you can choose between 1 month, 2 months, or 6 month visa. At the time, I chose to do just a 1 month and paid for my ACR card so that I could split my cost. Because like I said, the ACR card is $60. And then as you do different things, the extension and the ACR, each one has its own filing fee. And on top of that, that means that the Express has its own fee also. So it was an additional $500 for that one. The good thing is I went back afterwards, picked up my ACR card, and then got a 6-month. So I divided out my cost just because we like to keep our money on us and make sure we don't blow everything we have, and being disabled and on a budget, we have to manage ourselves better. So when I went back the second time, my 6-month was cheaper than they normally say because I didn't have to pay for the ACR. So I only paid 5,840 pesos, or we'll say 6,000 pesos, plus the express fee, because that's an option for people. And the express fee on that one was 2,500 pesos. Now, the actual fees, the 6,000 pesos, or $120, stays me the whole 6 months. And like I already said, the traveling up, the back, the forth, that alone saves me a ton of money, not having to go up there every single month. And then, basically, it's a nice feeling to know it's done. It's taken care of. You don't have to go back within a certain time. Now, the good thing I like about the Philippines is the paperwork. When you do go up there, you don't have to do it in like 2 days within expiration. We have gone up there 2 weeks in advance and got my extension, and my extension is still from the stamp date. So where I came in on a 16th, no matter what day we renew, my visa is always still good until a 16th or 17th, depending, 30, 31 days. So you can go in advance as soon as you want, whenever you feel like it, and do your extensions. You do not have to wait till the last minute, because in the Philippines, things change, things happen, and internet is spotty everywhere, even the government offices. That was our problem we had the first time, was the internet was down. But like I said, they were super nice. We went ahead, had dinner, did some shopping, because like I said, our immigration office is in a local mall. So we get, our local handyman or Ace Hardware. We go there, pick up things we need for the house. We pick up groceries, pay a couple other bills, credit cards, stuff like that. We pay all that right there at the mall with different services. So it worked out for us. And like I said, I'll go ahead and post pictures where you can see them better of all the prices, breakdown, and things like that. But I just wanted to go over this so that people have a better idea of what they're paying and what they can expect when they go. And the biggest thing is, don't stress over it. I was so worried the first time I went there. I'm like, oh my God, am I going to get it? Is there going to be trouble? I'm going to have to wait. I'm going to have to do this. And it was the simplest thing ever. Because I come from the United States of America, where going to a government office is the worst thing. You wait, you get sent here, you're sent there, sent here, sent there, sent here, sent there. Now, I did have to do things in different steps at this office, but it's all in this same little spot. When I filled out the application, you fill it out, you give it to them, give them your visa, and then you sit down and wait. Then they call your name and they'll give you, a receipt that you sign and pay them. And then you sit down. And then they finish the paperwork. So you're not sitting there waiting for somebody. You're not being sent walking to another office. And then finally they call your name and they hand you your receipt when you're done, or your ACR card when you go back in. And that's it. You're done. You have just extended your visa. Your stay is now guaranteed for at least another 30 days or however long you chose to extend it. And the whole relief comes in and you're finished and you can enjoy the rest of the Philippines. Because honestly, I've been loving it here. I love being with my wife. So I just wanted to let you guys know how easy and simple it was. And don't worry about it.
And if your visa expired, you will go to the main office.
Yeah. If it's already expired, you have to go to a main office, something like that. But you can use these little satellite centers. But honestly, it's a stupid thing to let any paperwork expire out of country. You have enough time, and in the Philippines, it's easy. It's mainly just about paying their small fees. That's all they care about. It's not a lot of paperwork. The application form is only this big, and it's barely asked for any information. So there's no use letting something expire. Unless you're having money trouble or something like that, and then even then, there's ways around that in the Philippines. You know, there's always ways to get help, find help, do things like that. So don't let it expire. But she raises a great point. You go to the main office if you slack on anything. So that's the only thing I can think of, honey.
That's all.
All right. You guys have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this little video. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.